What's up with y'all? Welcome back to Libra Club Social. It's your boy Jay, and today I'll be doing a general reading for the sign of Libra. What's up with it, Libra? Gang, gang, gang. We in this thing. Yeah, the Libra way. Libra gang, Libra way, all day, every day was popping, gang. Libra way or no way, and no way is okay. Gonna be using that Urban Tarot deck. Happy Sunday. No pre-message. Thinking about going live this coming up Friday. Finally getting settled into my new environment, new lifestyle. So, yeah. Like I said, I will start warning y'all and letting y'all know when I'm thinking about going live. I think I might be able to pull it off this Friday. So, yeah. First to hear it. All right, let's get into this reading for the gang. I was thinking about using the biblical, but I was like, nah, gotta just go. Sometimes I go based off my intuition, but today I just picked this one. Now the strength card is showing it, so as you know, you got to reset the deck and get into the energy. So the strength, discipline, consistency, it's that like the drive you have whenever you thought you didn't have anything left in the tank, but you still pull the strength up out of you. You still muster up enough courage to get something done. You still see it through, even though you were fearful, even though you may have struggled. And so we had the strength in the tower, a breakthrough. When I see the strength in the tower, immediately what comes to mind is breakthrough. A breakthrough. All right, let's go ahead and pull it. First card out is Works, aka the Three of Pentacles. This is Earth energy, meaning physical. Put in that physical work, grinding, hustling, or doing what you got to do. And then we got the Dancer, passion. So mixing work with passion, mixing that earth with fire. The Gourmet Chef. Finish what you started. Finish what you set out to accomplish. Victory. You're in complete alignment. With those first four cards, it's just saying you're in complete alignment. So therefore, just continue on that path that you've already started on, that you've already begun on. You've already planted seeds. You've already started cooking. Let him cook. Let her cook. The Hangman. You got to be patient. You got to wait. When it comes to manifestation process, it's all in divine timing, especially when you're divine masculine or divine feminine. What do I mean by that? You're completely independent. You don't depend on nobody for nothing. You get everything done on your own, but you still connect to people because you give. You're there for whoever needs it. You speak your truth. You stand in your solitude, your peace. No one can get you out of the protection unless you decide to get out of your protection. You're divine. You're divinely guided and protected within your own rights, right? When it comes to that, like when you are one of them, him, when you her, the Hangman to you, to a divine feminine or masculine, is going to represent patience. Now, it could also represent slow down, delays, wait, and I got to pull the rest. But immediately I'm hearing patience, meaning it's not even about when. Just enjoy it, like not even enjoy the journey. More about divine timing. You may manifest something and you may say, I want to get this done in a year. It may take a year and a half or two based off divine timing. Power. Choosing the path of least resistance, or there's power in stability. There's power in consistency. There's power in that build up from the ground up. That's where your power lies. You got to get grounded from the ground up. The rock star, you have a gift, talent, public figure, could even be a musician, artist, poet, dancer, performer, influencer, YouTuber, reader. You could be any one of those. Devil. Start using it to your benefit. You playing with the devil too long. Meaning, whenever the devil presents itself, or whenever the deception presents itself, you still go into the darkness. Why do you do that, Libra? Because you're the 7th zodiac sign. That's why. 777. But it's the devil card. Why? Why do you see it through, even though you see signs of deception? Even though you, because you're a seer, you're a judge, technically, not necessarily. You're a tool of the justice system, so you're part of it. So you make up the justice system. So you already know someone's lying. You already know the deception before they even said it. There's signs. You read them all, but you still go into the darkness. Why? To cut you go into the darkness to cut the light on. So devil in the advice. That's what it means when the devil is in that vice in this particular spread that we're pulling. The outcome, well, I'll show it to you. The activist. Divine timing. So you got to speak your truth. It's telling me to write this down. Right now I'm going to write down, it's all in divine timing. I may get more messages. Whatever this is you've been trying to manifest, you've been wondering, oh, is it coming? Or when or how or whatever the case may be. Well, you still got things to do. Divine timing. All right, speak your truth. Someone's going to want to come towards you, talking, wanting to have a conversation, or I just see you speaking your truth more and more as you immerse yourself into the world, as you get more established. The death card now is bringing up some Scorpio energy. Death in this deck, it looks like bad health, or it could also represent literally transition, a little transition. The Chariot, you've just transformed. You're going to transform yet again. Metamorphosis. Scorpio energy, Cancer energy, Capricorn energy. Remember the mission. Keeping the goal in sight or in mind is important when out here trying to navigate in the real world. If you want things to move quicker, then what? Competition. If you want the divine timing process to speed up competition, you got to get in the game. You got to realize there's people who respond. There's people who are proactive. There's people who wake up at 5 a.m. There's people who don't sleep. Get with the program. Wake the up. Get your head out of your ass, aka the Matrix, and tap again. Live your life how you want to live it. But again, back to the divine timing process. If you want to speed it up, so that's why I say it gives Libras all the cheat codes. Oh, you don't like the slow hangman? All right, well, this is how you speed it up. Competition. Almost like some type of aggression. Opposition. 5. Strife, but it's fire though. Keep in mind we got that strength at the bottom of the deck. You can often refer to the bottom of the deck for clarity. I appreciate the little support, likes, comments, subscribes, donations, and contributions. Let's get some clarity for Libra real quick. Then we're going to move on. Messages are coming through loud and clear. You're guaranteed to overcome any obstacle as long as you compete, as long as you flex your muscle. You have to actually try. You actually have to hit the real dance moves. You actually have to really put in that work. You have to actually really flex on them and exert some muscles. All right. We had one that flipped out. What is it? Judgment in reverse. Let's read it. Delay, frustration, failure to face facts, indecision, procrastination, theft, alienation of affection, deep worry. How about that? Yeah, you can catch me outside. How about that? Type energy. Type timing. Oh. You need a big fucking hug, squeeze. So I don't know who this is for, but man or woman, you need a big hug. And if you ain't got nobody to hug a tree, or you can just hug yourself like this. Type timing, type energy. I bet. Let's move on to all signs. Libra, dealing with each sign, all the way from Aries to Pisces. Keep in mind the energy changes on a day-to-day basis. We're evolving and growing and moving with the divine timing. It's all in motion. Everything is working together for the greater good of all things. Yeah, it don't matter what's in my cup. The only thing that matters what's in your cup. Sorry, I got a notification and got distracted. It don't matter what's in my cup. It only matters what's in your cup. So whatever is in your cup, just drink it. Meaning, perception is reality to most people. So with that being said, is it not that everyone's perception may have its own version of truth? So you may believe one thing and another person may believe another thing, but the power of belief is real when you set your mind to something and you're relentless, meaning you'll try to obtain it even if it kills you. Yeah, it gets real in the field. Gotta be willing to face your fears. But yeah, perception is reality to most people in the world. So with that being said, if everyone is just living in their own truth, not saying you have to respect everyone's truth, but however, can you at least acknowledge the fact that there are multiple realms of realities and you choose what frequency or reality or matrix even. I'm shuffling because the cards ain't ready. Bear with me as I shuffle. Thank y'all for being patient. It's all in divine timing. I think that's why I wanted to use this deck today, because it was still going to have a profound message that came out. Yeah, I'm here for the truth seekers. I'm a truth seeker myself. And you got to speak in code because the game ain't for everybody. So with that being said, you got to put in a certain amount of work to understand certain terminologies. So when you conversate, not even just on YouTube, but in real life, when you chopping game or having revelation with people, spreading love out there, giving them hugs and getting them hugs and giving them hugs and stuff like that to your loved ones and family members. It's certain codes and gestures and ways of acting and speaking that if you know based off, the rite of passage or it comes with the territory, but it's like the game is to be sold, not told, and everybody can't afford it. So you put in that work and then you can unlock it. So you're showing up as the justice right now. Yeah, when you put in a certain amount of work, you understand. You know what I mean? I've been here. I've done that. I've experienced that. I put in a certain amount of work. The justice and then the death card. Based off that shuffle, the cards are ready. Let's go ahead and pull it. If you're dealing with an Aries, it's a mind, body, soul connection. If you're dealing with the Taurus, they're lusting after you, sex-based connection, the devil. If you're dealing with a Gemini, it's over, ruined. It got ruined. Don't go back that way. Don't go back in that direction. With a specific Gemini, if you're dealing with a Cancer, star, wish come true. Hallelujah. Amen. Prayers answered. If you're dealing with a Leo, they're going through judgment or they see you clearly, vice versa. If you're dealing with a Virgo, make a logical or head over heart decision. Libra dealing with a Libra or Libra dealing with yourself, be independent. Be on your own. Gain. Nine of Pentacles. Contentment. If you're dealing with the Scorpio, the Sun, you can meet a new Scorpio or you and the old Scorpio about to start over again. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, expect them to make the move first. Expect them to shoot their shot or give a choosing signal. What's a choosing signal? For me as a man, when a girl walks by me, because I only deal with a specific type. When a girl walks by me and she flick her hair and adjust her hair towards my way, or she make eye contact with me longer, you know that eye contact, that's a choosing signal. Or if a girl, oh yeah, I was at a function at the after hours and I was like turned this way and the girl was like recording her Snapchat, but like she bumped into me one time, I just brushed it off, and then she bumped into me 2 or 3 more times. I turned around, I said, girl, you might as well get me in the video. God damn. And that was an IG video. I said, you might as well get me in the video. You all up on me. That's a choosing signal. So expect them to make a choosing signal. Oh yeah, the Emperor. The Aries energy goes after what it wants. If you're dealing with a Capricorn, the Tower. Epiphany, post-nut clarity, sudden change or realization, falling through. They always say one thing and do another, and that's the Tower. Them falling through, plans falling through. They can't. Oh yeah, I'll do this with you. It turns out to be something else. They make plans depending on all these other people, and it always falls through. It's never together. Get it together, Capricorn. If you're dealing with an Aquarius, the Hierophant. You're doing spiritual work. If you're wondering what is it with this Aquarius, or why is Aquarius attracted to me, or why do I got Aquarius friends that want to be around me, or why do I got this Aquarius family, whoever it is, it's a spiritual lesson, or y'all are doing spiritual work together in the real world, not in the dark or in the inner, in the outer human interaction, revelation. And if you're dealing with a Pisces, the rock star, you look up to them or they look up to you, the rock star, Knight of Wands, someone who's passionate. Clout. Do anything for clout. Affirmations for a badass, then I'm gonna let y'all go. If this resonated, like, if you want me to pick up on your energy, comment. Pull back on readings as far as like the consistency and the rate that I'm pumping the readings out, because it's all in divine timing. And 2, I noticed that I was rushing because of my busy schedule. So when I do readings, when I'm in the flow, or I would force myself to, like, as men, we can force ourselves to go to work even though we're tired. Like one of my homeboys did that. I live a different lifestyle. I don't live a 9-to-5 lifestyle, but I got a lot of friends who do, and they be like, they'll go out and then it'll be like 2, 3, 4, 5 a.m. or it'll be like 2 in the morning. They be like, oh, I got work at 5 a.m. I'm just gonna thug it out. You know what I mean? Men can just turn their emotions or feelings off or go numb in order to complete certain things. Certain women can too. If you're a boss chick, you know what I'm talking about. Once you fall in love with yourself, their game is over. I don't know who that was for, but that hit home. That hit home. But yeah, now that we in the flow, I realize this is the new formula. Not saying doing readings when I feel like it, but it's all in divine timing. You can't rush the process. Yeah, that's the last message. It's all in divine timing. Don't rush the process. All right, that's all I got for the sign of Libra. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.